Hello, it's me, Trip. I'm in disguise. See, it's really me. I came out to the sunshine. Oh, geez, I'm dropping my stuff. I'm attached to this car, but I had to come on and see you, whatever that means. I felt pulled to you. So I'm having a beautiful, wonderful, busy day, and I'm home for a little bit, and I have just enough time to do this. Well, and then some. I mean, just enough time for me, like I'm slow. All right. But hello, I am Trip. This is Real Nature Trip. We're doing tarot. Or maybe we're on the move. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a new adventure. Oh my gosh. Look at that. On the bottoms, maybe a new adventure is coming. I don't know. But before we get started, I'm feeling very gentle right now. I can't believe I've only talked for 55 seconds, but yeah. I love you. I miss you. You're so great. Your heart is so beautiful. And I'm so glad. So glad I get to do this. I'm so thankful. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Sorry. It is sunny. It is 70, maybe 71. We're really lucky right now. And then, but the breeze is starting to pick up. So I'm going to have to be flat with my cards and flat and fast and whatever. I want to do the regular spread, the book spread, because I feel like that keeps us on a somewhere. That's, you know what? I just follow the wants because I feel like that's the story. Okay, one more shuffle. Everyone? Okay, and a shuffle. All right. Spirit, what do you want us to know? Okay, let's go. Past, present, future energy. What past energy are we looking at? What present thing? Past. 7 of Swords. Oh, the first thing I'm feeling on this one is hustling, like that hustle culture. I never bought into hustle culture, but it sure made me feel anxious. It made me feel like I wasn't doing enough. Oh, so maybe the feeling of the past, like, are you doing enough, or did you feel like you were really going but not doing enough? I don't know. Present energy, King of Pentacles. Oh, and these are tied together today. Look at that, yellow sky. Maybe you felt like you had to hustle and whatever to get to this point. This point of whatever it is, accomplishment, whatever. Accomplishment is the first thing that wants to come out of me, not, money or whatever. But I'm still looking at this 7 of Swords. And the fact that there's swords leading you to become, and it may not even correlate. Like swords, more like ideas and thoughts and things. And in this case, like, yeah, just taking these ideas and running with them, but getting to a place now where, okay, I have achieved, whatever that means. You've achieved a certain level of whatever this is. Maybe it'll be clear as we go. Future energy. 10 of Swords. So you're looking at, like, have to finally face something. I said 10, it's 9. I do this all the time with this one. I'm calling this 10. And I think it's a personal thing because that dark night was the end of a big chapter for me. And it was glorious. Like it was just, to me, this came with the Tower. Or like if you just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Tower, something like that. But it feels like a breakthrough is coming. A breakthrough. Oh yeah, I'm moving my stuff around. No wind enough yet. We're doing good. You probably see it with the little shrubs behind me. What are those called? They're arborvitae. Are they trees? Are they bushes? Confirmation burp. I guess that's really important to know. And that was at 5:05. All right, next. Desire, challenge, and solution. Desire. The devil. What? That's interesting. This might be a subconscious. Subconsciously, you want to attach something. You know, to attach to something. Yeah, you're wanting. Is it like boundaries or something? Like, does it feel? You're feeling funky. Feeling when you do finally let go of things, it feels maybe, you know, like unsettled. Huh. Let's read about the devil. The devil. Okay, repression is the first word. You're not desiring repression. Tyranny and source of all internal chaos leading to external discord. Compulsion, desecration, violence, disaster, hedonism. Oh man, maybe there is like a desire, like a frustration and violence, you know, like, I would just solve this, just wipe it out, you know? Okay, and when I see the word disaster, it reminds me of Tom Robbins, the author. In one of his books, he talked about how people love the blow up movies, you know, because it just like deep inside, they know that so much of this is false and they just want it destroyed. So maybe that is the kind of disaster you're looking for. Oh shoot, maybe like maybe it is the tearing down of the old stuff. That kind of disaster. Oh my gosh. What am I doing now? What am I doing? You know what? I realized I watched the last one of these in the sun with the hat, and I looked down a lot, and you see this. I'm not trying to advertise for anybody, and I'm hoping that you see how uncared, or you know what, unquality this purchase was. It was given to me for free. But yeah, all right, so the desire, it feels like, man, like you want to wipe things out, like maybe with yourself or with something else you see that just something is frustrating you and you just want to take control and just go. That's the desire. That's the way it's playing. The challenge, Knight of Swords. We'll come back to that. And the solution is the Five of Cups. I almost said Nine of Cups. Why did I almost say Nine of Cups? I know what the V is. Five. Challenge is the Knight of Swords, and the what's the difference between these two cards? That's what Spirit's guiding me toward. Is this one's just rush, going against the wind. That's the challenge. And this guy, yeah, he's a little dark. He's a little dark, and that you might be in that mood. Oh, the wind. You might be in that mood from time to time, because of the outside situation might be like pulling on you one direction or another, and you're kind of like, whoa, this feels like slowing it down. This isn't hermit phase. It's not a whole big phase of like, hey, going alone or whatever. It's just, look, a little time alone, a little bit of reconsider, taking stock, you know, of what you've got, what you've gone through, you know. You're not far from anything. You're not far from the river or the town, open space. The options are there, but it's just slow it down and think about it. And maybe, and in this particular case, with this desire to be like, just take control and whatever, and maybe this is also saying, hey, you don't have to do it that way. Yeah, like the challenge is this. Look, sword raised, you know, going after it. The solution, a little bit, I think, more introspective and maybe removing yourself from the situation. instead of trying to obliterate the situation, maybe removing yourself from the situation. That's what it's looking like. Oh, all right. Now let's talk about you and this other person. I don't know who they are. So you, there we go. There's the Ten of Swords. I said it earlier because I knew it was coming. So you are done with this thing, this big thing. Okay, you're done with the thing for you, right? This is the you part. Like, I feel like this is a situation that's come to you, and part of you, you know, the old habit is like, ugh, oh my gosh, please stay to the end. If you're a regular watcher, please stay to the end. I have to ask you a question. I do have to ask you a question about last week and see if we're on the same, you know, see if the moon did the same stuff to us. All right. Yeah, I'm seeing it. The cards are saying, Spirit's saying, with the cards, with me, with my personality, you got to let go of that desire. Like, I don't think what you're desiring is that healthy for you. It may fix things right away, you know, and make something a little softer, easier, palatable, you know, maybe even better, like immediately. But it'll be at a high cost to you, you know, at a high cost to your heart. Oh yeah, that's the message. All right, so we've got you are the Ten of Swords. You're done. The brighter skies are coming. There's a Knight of Cups coming in. Maybe they're already there. Someone that's supportive, complimentary. Looks like they've got their act together. I think they've probably got their act together, you know. But I feel like this person's not like me. I am getting my act together, but I'm gonna keep looking the very same on the outside. And it's cold, it's gonna be sweats and sweatshirt. When it's warm, it's gonna be shorts and t-shirt. But I'm not like dressing up. I'm not trying to impress or like seduce. And not that there's anything wrong with it, because who knows what stage of life this person's in, and they're still like desiring that connection with you, and they're kind of dressing themselves up to do it in some way, you know. They're trying to impress you. Yeah, someone's trying to get your attention, impress you. The two of you together, hey, hey, it could go either way. And it really, you know, I'll tell you what, we'll go back to that. You know, who are you guys showing up, right? And if you're the healing one coming in, if you're both coming in healing, you know, and working on that, that's I'm excited for that. I'm waiting for that. I'm so pumped. But like if you kind of revert back to that, oh, you know, like gosh, revert to the just caving into the not heart parts, right? If either one of you do that, it's not going to be that much fun, and that's why it's not that much fun most of the time, right? That's why we're running into all this stuff all the time. All right, last little thing here: situation, the do and the don't do. Spirit says shuffle. I, the good vessel, obey. Oh, hey. Okay, situation. Yeah, we're coming on a choice here. Do. Ace of Pentacles. I feel like this is remember who you are. Remember the gifts you've been given. Remember the support you have from where you have it. And the don't do. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. I like Page of Cups. What's not to do about Page of Cups? The one thing that I don't understand about the Page of Cups is it feels a little all over the place to me, you know, especially when you talk about what's that fish doing in the cup, right? So maybe it is just don't drink fish water. That's as easy as that. No, there's a message in what this is, and then maybe The energy of that is not maybe the energy you're wanting to dip into. So let's read old Page Cups. Cups. I have to turn the page to get to the page, the right page. And open an artistic soul with deep connection to the inner and outer world. That's good. That's good energy. We love that. News. Yeah, maybe no news. Messages, psychic ability, a contemplative youth. What are the things in there that you thought not doing, or you see yourself doing at an unhealthy amount, you know? Like, you can be open to an unhealthy amount, I think, you know, like, and accept, like, accept more than the person, maybe accept behavior that you don't want, and that will take a toll on you. That's being overly open. That's not knowing, you know, like, hey, my heart says. So following your intuition is a yes, and not just blindly being open to it. That could be the message. I don't feel a feeling about that yet. There's more in this thing. Something about messages. There's something about messages. I could say don't ignore messages. Don't overly look at, you know, put them in balance. Put whatever messages you're receiving up against your heart. That's the only measure that's going to help you right now. Anymore, really. Yeah. Okay, that's what we got. That's all I got. And that's 1644. That's a fasty. Okay, here's the question I needed to ask. So, I did talk about how I felt last week a couple of times, but now that enough time has gone by and I could see a pattern, I think the 3 days going into the full moon and the 3 days coming out of it, I got hit once a day with something big. And the first was, you know, my ex-love, and it, you know, she didn't say hi back to me hardly, like just kind of ignore me. And I was like, oh, and then I started thinking all the thoughts. I let them all come in, right? And I got, whoa, she's really mad, or da da da, or those guys she was running with, you know, da da da, that's her boyfriend. She didn't want to, you know, I did the whole thing. And oh man, she really didn't love me after all. Did that. And it took me about a day and a half to recover and to like calm it down, accept where I'm at, you know, to do the whole thing, and to go back to I am 100% worthy and deserving of love, and I am happy. I love myself. I'm joy and peace and da da da. Okay, the next day, finances. The idea, like, I watched a little too much news. I've been going on savings for a while. I haven't had full-time work, and the amount I had looks a lot smaller when the gas prices go up and the food prices go up and everything goes up. And so I was like, there was a panic, especially thinking about how the world's gonna go and the economy and jobs, and boy, I need to get a job, and whew, and it took me about a day and a half to get down off of that one. And it was more. I think I even did one about YouTube, like, you know, not the actual videos, but like, is it gonna make progress and monetize and whatever? But that one was so shallow that it was easy to get through. But there's a couple others I don't want to talk about on film or on you know, whatever, publicly, because yeah, there's some stuff that's so private. But I'm curious. So I really think that it was not a test, like, do you pass the test? I think it was like a litmus test, like, where are you at on these things? Oh, and there were a couple of young men that knocked on my door, and one of them was real smirky, and I did not take that well. And they started asking me very, very personal, invasive questions. I mean, it's the stuff I talk about here, you know, God and love and the universe and whatever. But the smirk and the thing that kid was carrying, it touched a chord in me that, because I've seen it here in my town, and I know these young lads were from a different place, but my town, people that belong to that organization, if the young males, the more money their family has, the worse they behave, and the more like arrogant they are, and so unspiritual, like so everything we are not about, you know. So I started letting them have it, and I walked away feeling terrible about it, like oh my gosh, and I couldn't help myself, I couldn't stop myself, and I was like, well, I suppose they had their reasons for having to hear that from me, you know, and the universe is doing its thing, and I'm supposed to sit back and process how I felt about doing it, you know. And so yeah, so I think, did you notice, if you look back now, the days surrounding the full moon, the 3 in, the 3 out, if you had rev ups, and because I've also had really just amazing, like, oh my gosh, we are all one feeling, and love, and just tears of joy a couple of times, not a couple of times, one time. I just wanted to make it sound like I was really feeling it. But yeah, so I don't know if those rewards, you know, and I don't want to think of the way I act as getting punished or rewarded, but like you make it through the fire and you feel this, you know. So yeah, I really would like to hear if you felt something similar this week, because I just, it felt like cosmic, and it felt like a wave of that just hit the earth, you know, like, okay, you're all going through this, you know, this is this time of the year, this lunar cycle, this zodiacal, you know, thing. Here's what you're going through. So that's, I'm so curious, because I'm still a newbie to all this, you know. Oh, speaking of waves, here's a fun thought I had. I've never thought of it until yesterday. I was sitting on my couch where I normally do these videos, in the wintertime at least, and an ambulance goes by. This is one of the main roads for, you know, the ambulances and fire trucks and whatever, and my neighbor's dogs, of course, started barking with it. But then I heard dogs barking there, and I you know, I realized, like, oh my gosh, this thing is like a wave of barking of the dogs, you know, almost like the wave when you do in sports, you know, around the domes or whatever. But yeah, it's just so beautiful, like this wave of dog energy reacting to an ambulance, and it's so cool. Anyway, see, so there's some cool things in life, and I'm digging those. All right, I love you. I will talk to you tomorrow, and who knows, I'm gonna shear some sheep tomorrow, or at least one. So help my buddy. That'll be a new experience for me. I already sheared mine. So yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.